Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. We're in chapter 2, Shadows of Malice. We are in chapter 2 of Illusions of Itehari. It's my third video, so if you haven't watched the other two, obviously I recommend going watching those first. We are going down Awayuki's route, and there is a few choices in this one. There was only one choice in the last one, but there's 3 in this one. I'm hoping that that doesn't mean it's longer, because I like hour videos. It makes them it's easy to get them done quickly and edit them quickly. And tomorrow I have a long day ahead. So it's 11:30, so I won't be editing tonight. And tomorrow is Saturday, and my daughter has literally like a 12-hour contest date tomorrow. So I'll be with her during most of that band contest. It's being hosted at her school, so there's a lot to do tomorrow. Anyway, 3 days later. Today's breakfast was rice porridge and salmon roe in soy sauce and wasabi and bowls of persimmon tofu salad and braised burdock. Sounds really good, actually. Hey Awayuki, after I'm done with today's work, can I go see how Yashiro is doing? When I brought it up, Awayuki's expression became noticeably disgruntled.
迷子の猫も飼い主の元に届けたら責任を果たしたことになる。
I mean, he's not a cat, he's a person.
姫は住む場所と仕事を世話してやった。もう十分じゃないか。これ以上あいつに構う必要ないだろう。
In response to Awayuki, I said, "Oh." I'm gonna say I still feel responsible. First, since it's not a save, we're gonna say I'm still curious. Well, I'm curious about how he's doing. I worry about whether he's getting along with the Tsuyukusa.
知ってるか、姫。昔から言われてるんだぞ。好奇心は猫をも殺すって。
It's not just curiosity, you know. I'm worried about him, so I can't just let him be. But I'm not a cat, so I'll be fine. She's a lot more strong-willed than the last MC that I'm playing with in Battlefield Waltz. I swear she has like 2 lines. It's O, and actually I can't think of what the other line is. It's mostly just O. That's what she says like all the time. That's what it translates to. I'm like, man, she's a boring character. Anyway, whatever. Awayuki raised a single eyebrow. His Acer eyes narrowed as if he wanted to say something, and his closed lips frowned in annoyance. Awayuki, could it be that you think of me as a cat?
よくわかったな。顔に書いてあったか?
It was. We had both managed to read each other so readily that neither of us could deny it.
まあ、すべきことが終わってるなら、午後は好きに過ごしていい。いつもと同じだ。
Just as always, he's giving you permission.
文句も言わず、毎日きちんと執務に取り組むお前は、真面目ないい当主だと思う。領区を放置したり、管理を従者任せにしたりもしないしな。
Thank you, Awayuki. While I considered it a natural part of my everyday life, being praised for it did make me happy.
けど、それとこれとは別だ。
He's like, what?
Yashiroは人となりもよくわからない。過去も素性もさっぱりだ。少なくとも現時点で、貴族の姫が交友を持つにふさわしい相手とは言えないだろう。あまり親しくならなくていい。気になることがあるなら、すぐ俺に言うように。
He spoke, not hiding the fact that he has his guard up against Yashiro, but you're worried about Yashiro too, aren't you, Awayuki?
記憶を失うなんて大変だろうからな。仮にも姫の恩人だし、姫を助けるためにそうなったなら、責任は感じる。
Well, at least he's being honest. I feel the same way, so that's why I want to check and see if he's doing alright. Awayuki's brows furrowed in frustration, but he didn't argue any further.
なら、差し入れでも持って行ったらどうだ？露草様も突然居候ができて大変だろうし、 ちょうどお前のためにミルク寒天を仕込んである。果物たっぷりのやつ。
That would be perfect. The way he prepared it was so delicious that I always was tempted to eat the entire batch on my own. Gazing at me as I smiled so naturally at his suggestion, he sighed in defeat. Just let her go. She's going to do what she wants anyway. After finishing work and lunch, I headed off to the Hanagetsu as planned. As I walked down the street between the 6th and 7th divisions near the boundary where the Castle District and Central District met, it's him. Some steam soldiers had blocked off the road to the 7th Division side and were shooing people away. It's probably not a spiriting away, I think. Oh, is there spiriting away in this game? There didn't seem to be a fight or anything of the sort, since I didn't notice any commotion. As I wondered what it could be, I decided to continue towards the Hanagetsu in the 6th Division. When I arrived at Hinagiku, Tsuyukusa and Yashiro were drinking tea together, perhaps just having finished lunch. Tsuyukusa poured some tea for me right away and properly set out the milk jelly I brought for them. I scooped out a portion of it with strawberries and asked a question of Yashiro as I brought it to my mouth. How's life here? I know it's only been 3 days so far, and I'm sure there's been a lot to get used to.
つゆくさにはとてもよくしてもらっているよ。家のどこに何があるかはだいたい覚えた。最初の日、遅くまで丁寧に教えてくれたんだ。これは触っちゃダメで、これは何でって。
Don't touch this, don't touch that. I didn't expect Yashiro to be so used to the Hanagetsu by now, but he spoke with a smile on his face.
いや、別にヤシロのためとかじゃないけどね。うちはからくり関係のもんも多いし。高くて貴重なパーツを壊されたらシャレになんない。商売上がったりじゃん。
Tsuyukusa looked somewhat exasperated, but Yashiro continued with a smile.
今は簡単な雑用だけさせてもらっている。家の掃除とか届け物とか。それと作業場に山ほど本があって驚いたよ。何冊か借りて読ませてもらっている。
Tsuyukusa does not look pleased with the situation.
ま、そういうのも記憶を取り戻すきっかけになるかもだしね。ヤシロは常識関係の記憶までちらほら抜けてるから、たまにお互い驚くんだけど。ご近所ともすぐ仲良くなってくれたし、今んとこ特に不都合はないよ。
Aw, he gave a little smile. I see, I'm glad to hear that. Felt relieved to learn that he was doing better than I thought.
ありがとう。姫様さえよければ、またこうして顔を見に来てほしいな。姫様の顔を見ていれば、なんとなく、記憶も思い出せる気がする。
I know, I think that's foreshadowing something. I think Yashiro is the main character of this game, so you're not going to know much about him probably until closer to his route. Really, then I'll visit as often as I can. Grr. He glanced over at Tsuyukusa looking disgruntled. Tsuyukusa, what's wrong?
いや、あんたがうちに来てくれるのは嬉しいんだけど。
He's happy, but he wants you to be coming for him.
目的がヤシロってのは、なんか微妙だなって。
Really? I tilted my head in wonder, not quite understanding what Tsuyukusa was feeling. Oh, by the way, on my way here, I saw the Kurozuru had blocked off the road to the 7th Division. I wonder what might have happened. Have you heard anything, Tsuyukusa?
いや、初耳。でも、最近やけに黒鶴がうろついてるっぽいんだよね。だから、神隠しても増えてるのかなって思ってたんだけど。
So there is spiriting aways. But it's still noon. People are only spirited away at night, so...
その、神隠しってなんだっけ？
You forgot that too. Spirited away was a phrase even children knew. If you forgot even that, it would likely take some time for Yashiro to gain his memories. Put it simply, criminals are captured and banished from Itehari to the Abyss. The lower layer of Itehari, the Abyss, is where sinners who have been spirited away reside with their descendants. So, to the Abyss. So, kind of like it is in 9 Rip, except being spirited away, you're in the ghost realm, so you're not really with the living. So, I'm not sure if people actually die when they go to the Abyss. It just says criminals. The Abyss is right below the city, and... Oh. As I was answering, the door to the Hinagiku opened.
すまねえ、つゆくさ。ちょっと頼みが。おひいさんがいらしてたんですね。
Please don't mind me. You have something you need to ask Tsuyukusa. The young man apologetically bowed his head and then turned to Tsuyukusa with an appeal for help.
実は先週、書物屋のヤタと喧嘩したんだ。
Look at that face. He's like not interested.
へえ、珍しいね。仲いいのに。
I know it's probably just his natural face, but still, he just looks like bothered all the time.
とりあえず謝ろうと思って、あいつが好きな店のカステラを買いはしたんだが、これ、お前が届けてくれねえか。なんか、まだ気まずくてさ。
It's probably just me, but I would want you to come apologize in person.
いや、そういうのは自分で渡しなよ。悪いと思ってるなら、さっさと渡して直接謝った方がいいって。
Yeah, I know, right?
そこを頼むよ、つゆくさ。な。
The young man begged him to let us sigh.
仕方ないな。
ありがとな、つゆくさ。
After handing over the package, the young man bowed his head again as he exited Hinagiku. Dang it.
つゆくさ、ああいう依頼も受けるんだね。断るのかと思っていたよ。
Well, Tsuyukusa really cares about those around him.
普段は余裕で断るよ。今回は特別。あいつ、金払いも良くて助かってるし、からくり好きで話も合うしさ。引き受けといた方が今後のためにもいいかなって。それに、うちには人手が増えたしね。
それって、俺のことかな。
他に誰がいるのさ。よろしく、やしろ。
I knew he's gonna hand it off to
届け
him.
先の書物屋はすぐそこの7区だし、俺は納期が近い仕事があるから留守番。
わかった。せっかく任された仕事だから、期待に応えられるように頑張ってみる。
If it's in the 7th district, it's on my way home. I'll come with you.
え？いや、そんな。社には地図書いてやるし、あんたが心配することないって。
Everyone doesn't want her near him. I think Tsuyukusa has other reasons besides, she's a lady of her house or whatever.
まだ来たばっかだし、もうちょっとうちでのんびりしてったら。
I think he wants her to stay away for personal reasons. No, I shouldn't bother you with your deadline so close, Tsuyukusa. Do your best today.
あ、うん。
You got him there. Tsuyukusa nodded awkwardly and somewhat sadly in response. I had a thought. Oh, really? That perhaps the destination of the delivery was in the same area blocked off by Kurozuru. It had looked like it was still closed off and the Kurozuru was continuing to turn people away.
困ったな。これって、いつになれば通れるようになるんだろう。
I suppose it's up to the Kurozuru. I wonder what made them close off the road, but even if I asked, they probably wouldn't tell me when it would be open again.
こっそり入るのはいけない？
Yes, it would.
参ったな。 他に道はない？
Just sneak in, it's fine. What about going as far as we can down the alley, and if we can't go any further, we'll give up.
そうだね。それがいいかもしれない。
After Yashiro agreed with me, we set foot into a narrow alley off the road. I had a fairly good sense of direction around the 7th division. After a glance at the map Tsuyukusa drew, I had an idea of where the bookstore was. So, we proceeded into the alley without running into any Kurozuru officers. The residents must have locked themselves away in their houses, as we were met only by silence as we walked through. We were proceeding down the quiet alley when Yashiro furrowed his brow slightly.
あちこちの家から視線を感じる。黒鶴から外に出ないように言われているのかな。
Hey Yashiro, I know we've come this far, but maybe we should head back.
え？でも、届け先はもうすぐそこだろ？封鎖された道を通ったわけでもないし。
But maybe we're somewhere we shouldn't be. After thinking for a moment, he smiled.
わかった。じゃあ、姫様は先に引き返して。俺はこれを届けてくるから。
は？
すぐに戻るよ。表の通りで待っていて。
Yashiro. I tried to stop him, but he ran off in an instant. What should I do? Should I go after him? But... Oh, you know what I just realized? I didn't go back and reread the choice. It's like 18 minutes into this video and I forgot to go back and reread it. That's going to affect my going down to his... Well, it might not affect going down to his route, but still, we'll just pause it for a second. We'll go back up. I don't even know if I can go back up that far. Well, at least I'll know when it diverges back to the main line. Okay, we're gonna still feel responsible. You tell me all the time... Oh, okay, it showed the affection up. You tell me all the time that I'm responsible for any creature that I pick up.
まあ、そうだな。けど。
Oh, Yuki continues, still looking upset.
新しく拾った男に目移りしてないで。俺に責任を持ってくれ。
Take responsibility for me too. Are you a stray creature? Huh? I was a bit surprised by my attendant's response. I know, right? What does that mean? I'm not getting distracted. I'm sure I'll spend the most time with you, Aoyuki. He responded firmly with a serious look on his face.
俺が一番なのは当然だ。
Grr, look at that face.
俺のことは、迷い猫やら鳥やらみたいには手放さず、ずっとそばに置いてきただろ。
Aw. Ever since I was little, he had always said that he was taken in by me. Oh, really? But he had already been serving the Eastern Fifth for as long as I could remember, so I was pretty sure my parents were the ones that took him in. Still, he always insisted that it was me, so I decided to accept it instead of delving into why he thought that way.
俺が特別だってことは疑ってないし、これからもそれは変わらないと思ってる。
Aoyuki was right. He was very special to me, and that would never change.
まあ、すべきことが終わってるなら、午後は好きに過ごしていい。いつもと同じだ。
Alright, that's where it diverges back. So we're going to, I don't think I can skip it. Okay, we're back. Might be better to wait outside the alley so as not to risk losing each other here. As I thought to myself, I turned around. Oh. Uh-oh. Want to draw a sword on her? Oh my goodness, who is that? He's a main character because he's got a CG. An impact shook my body and a white flash appeared before my eyes. Behind me, someone's arm wrapped around my shoulder so tightly that I couldn't move at all.
通りは全部封鎖したはずなのにな。
We? Oh. Are you in the military force too? A close voice to my ear spoke with a hint of playfulness. Oh.
見たところ、この地区の住民じゃないよね。どこから入ってきたの？
I guess I would assume that they would know who she is, but I guess not everyone knows all of the important nobles, right? I think I'm gonna like him. If he's already, you know, talking to her with a hint of playfulness as what they translate it to, I think I'm gonna like his personality. I just walked in. I replied honestly, my voice shaking. His alley wasn't closed off, so I thought we could come through.
それで君はどこの誰
I'm Hinagiku of the Eastern Fifth.
え嘘はいけないよ。数日期の姫君がこんな路地にいるはずないでしょ
Don't lie. The 7 houses, the 7 families that are ranked highest in all the nobles, the lower their number, the higher their rank. The heroines' families of the Eastern Fifth, so she's like right in the middle. I'm telling the truth. I can prove it. I have my seal. The man fell silent, seemingly amused by the situation. He relaxed his arm, which until then he had held me close to him. I already like him. Once I regained my freedom, I took out the seal of the Eastern Fifth. Oh, here. After gazing at the seal for a few seconds, he looked back up at me and smiled gently, his eyes the color of lapis lazuli.
どうやら本物みたいだ。勘違いしてごめんね。でも、僕の気持ちも分かってくれる？黒鶴が封鎖してるはずの路地に迷い込んだ子ネズミが貴族の姫君だなんて、大樹様でも思わないでしょ？
Not even the great Taiju could imagine a noble woman among them. What does that mean?
まあ不審者だと間違われるような行動をとった君が悪いのは変わらないんだけど。
Right, I apologize.
ちゃんと反省できるんだ。
I felt irked by his condescending tone. The young man continued to speak, still smiling.
僕は祭司のより。見ての通り、黒鶴だよ。
I think he's played third. I think he's played third. Not even third. We're gonna play him fourth. Tsuyukusa's third. Tabari is second, and we haven't met Tabari yet. And Yashiro was fifth. But yeah. Anyway, he's the Western second. So you are also lower rank than her, right? The lower the number, the higher the rank. So it's backwards. Or is it going, or maybe is my numbers backwards? Is 1 really actually low? Maybe 1 is considered low. So the lower the number. I was thinking like descending, like 1 stacked on top of 2 stacked. So 10 being the last, but maybe I was just thinking of it wrong. He's probably higher ranking. The Western second, yeah, I think he is.
姫君、何か言いたいことでもあるの？ありそうな顔に見えるけど。
Wait, the Western second. Maybe the other guy's from the Eastern second. No, there isn't.
遠慮しないでいいよ。文句があるなら聞いてあげる。
Lord Yori, you knew I was a noble from the beginning, didn't you? I was sure my clothing made it clear that I was. Even at a first glance, there was no way my outfit could be mistaken for otherwise. People are already afraid of the Kurozuru, so it wouldn't do to agitate such fears without good reason.
僕が君を怖がらせようとして、わざとあんなことをしたって言いたいの？
Yes, is that not the case? As I asked my question, Lord Yori smiled.
貴族の姫君がこんなところにいて、僕も驚いたんだよね。ちょっとくらい仕返ししても許されると思わない？
He knew, he was just teasing her.
まだ何か言いたそうだね。いいよ。思ったことを正直に言ってごらん。
Lord Yori, even though I knew I shouldn't say it, I couldn't take it anymore. I think you should worry about your personality instead. She doesn't like him. That's really funny, she said that. For some reason, he burst out into laughter, and just as he did...
よりそれに
And who are you? Oh my goodness, I know you. You're the other like second general dude, right? Lord Tsubaki suddenly appeared.
ひなぎく城。どうしてここに？
この姫君は僕たちが封鎖してる区画に入り込んじゃったみたい。
What I want to know is how come the silver-haired guy is not a love interest. I would have personally preferred him, even though I don't want to say his name over and over again. It's too many letters. Please forgive me for interrupting the Kurozuru work.
いえ、大事ないようでしたらよかった。表の通りまでお送りします。
What is he thinking about? Lord Swapiki gestured me forward, and as I began walking, I asked him a question. It's unusual for the Kurozuru to close off roads in the middle of the day. Has something happened?
詳細をお話しすることはできません。ですが、この件も必ず我々が解決します。どうか安心なさってください。
Of course. Seeing the sincerity of his gaze, I couldn't help but nod.
あれ、姫様？
Yashiro's voice echoed through the alley. Uh-oh. Seeing Lord Swabiki and Lord Yoshi silently bring their hands to the hilts of their swords, I quickly interjected. I know him. He's no one to be suspicious of. Although, on second thought, it's probably suspicious for someone who wandered into a closed-up area to claim to have lost his memories. Lord Swabiki gently defended me against Lord Yashiro's snide remarks as they escorted the both of us to the main road. I know, he should have saw him with you the first time. Once they did so, they immediately returned to the alley. I thought to myself that something really serious must have happened.
ごめんね、姫様。俺のせいで巻き込んでしまった。
It's okay, I'm the one who suggested that we might be able to go through the alley.
そう言ってくれるのはありがたいけど、この町で黒鶴に目をつけられたら厄介なことになるんじゃ。
It'll be fine, I think. The only reason we got inside the restricted area in the first place was because it wasn't properly blocked off. Lord Swapiki seemed apologetic about it. I didn't consider what we did today to be a crime. And while I don't personally find Kurozuru scary, just like the Canary officials of the Ryue had authority in Itehari, the major reason that people were intimidated by the Kurozuru was that anyone with the right connections to vouch for them could be spirited away. The Kurozuru was given that executive power. That's right, I'm not so worried about myself as I am about Yashiro. If anything happens to you because of today, be sure to tell me about it.
うん。ありがとう、姫様。
Yashiro smiled, seemingly not worried about much in that moment. But out of concern that something else might happen, he escorted me back home. Is that her house? Goodness. You've come all this way. Would you like something to eat?
やめておくよ。Tsuyukusaが待っているし、今日は姫様の従者に合わせる顔がない。
Oh, why not? Why can't you face him?
また今度誘ってくれたら嬉しいな。
Some other time, huh? Sure. Oh, do you know the way back?
大丈夫だよ。今来た道を戻るだけなら簡単だ。それでも迷ったら人に道を聞いてみるよ。
Yashiro smiled gently, facing me and waving his hand as he left. The Kurozuru had a blockade up in the middle of today. Middle of what? The middle of the day today, okay. Before bedtime, Awa Yuki was brushing my hair as always. He's so cute, he just brushes her hair. He ran a boxwood comb through the length of it, then carefully tied it into a loose braid.
じゃあ、何か想定外のことが起きたのかもな。よし、これで終わりだ。
Thank you. It couldn't have been a spiriting away, could it?
神隠しで道が封鎖されるのは深夜のうちだろ？早朝、遅くとも昼前には通れるようになってるはずだ。昼過ぎまでかかるとは思えない。印は出てなかったのか？
No, as far as I could tell, there wasn't one anywhere. Houses that underwent a spiriting away were marked with an arrow fletched with white feathers.
まあ、最近、神隠しが間に合ってないって噂は聞くけどな。対応が何かと後手になってるのかもしれない。
Really, Tsuyukusa mentioned that there have been more Kurozuru soldiers around lately.
どちらにしろ、姫がそんなことを考える必要はないだろう。
It was true that since I wasn't a part of the Kurozuru, I didn't have to concern myself with their work. But I was a bit dissatisfied by being dismissed from the situation so abruptly. Now that I think of it,
まだ何かあるのか？
you always wear gloves when you touch my hair. Doesn't that make it difficult? So random. Maybe he did so my hair wouldn't get caught around his fingers. But as I thought to myself, his expression turned serious.
そんなの、当然のことだろ。
Only natural. Does he think he's not allowed to touch her hair?
姫は尊い身分だ。俺は平民だ。たとえ髪の一筋だろうと、俺がお前に直接触れることはできない。
Mustn't ever touch her directly. I'm looking forward to the kiss CG then. I hope there is one. What's gonna break down his barrier to make him do it though? I'm looking forward to it. Must never touch her directly. I wondered whether servants of other families were so differential in how they interacted with their masters and mistresses. That said, I knew he would simply reply that others had their own way and he had his, so I decided to politely stay silent. Be curious, I want to know too. That night, even after pulling the covers over myself, I still couldn't manage to fall asleep. I found myself still curious about what the Kurozuru were doing. If something happened that forced them to close off streets in the middle of the day, what could that something have been? The answer failed to come to me no matter how long I dwelled on it. Eventually, the night silently passed. The next day, we still have 2 choices left. It's 40 minutes into this. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, the prologue was called The Cogs Begin to Turn. There's been a couple of foreshadowing that Itehari is not in the same state that everyone's used to, so something's going to happen. And this is the last chapter in the common route, so after finishing my work, I stepped outside and ran into someone entirely unexpected.
Ah, Himegimi.
Stalking you. Before my eyes stood the sprightly figure of Lord Yori. It was clear that he wasn't just passing by coincidentally. I know, right? See, I completely set foot onto the estate grounds. He walked into your gate. Good day, Lord Yori. I greeted him properly, all the while feeling some anxiety at the thought that he might have been following up on yesterday's events.
そんなに警戒されると悲しいな。君に会いたくてわざわざ暇を作ってきたのに。
Yeah, I'm really gonna like this character. Lord Yori was smiling sweetly, but never in my life had I heard a more obvious lie. She doesn't like him either, which makes it even better. But I'm glad you caught me on my way out. Nice to see you again. Good day. Lord Yori's grin grew even wider.
僕が訪ねてきてあげたのに、僕より優先される用事がこの世にあるの？
Takes priority over me. I love this guy so much. Why is it always like the 4th and 5th characters in a game that I'm looking forward to the most? This is the same with Battlefield Waltz. Okay. Austin was number 2. I was looking forward to his, but it kind of disappointed me. Tifflet and Wilhelm is 4 and 5, and they're the most mysterious characters. And I have to wait for 2 more routes before I can read them. This guy is 4 routes away. Of course, because of our relative positions, I couldn't outright refuse Lord Yori of the Western Second. If you have time, would you perhaps care for some tea?
姫君にそこまで言われちゃ仕方ないね。 少しなら付き合ってあげるよ。
See, she's so insistent. He's playing her like a harp. He knows exactly what to do to get what he wants. I suppressed every emotion to keep my anger from spilling into my expression. Sorry if I'm giggling so much, I just really like this guy.
姫、
Seeing me return with a blank expression on my face, Aoyuki looked at me quizzically. Immediately afterwards, he noticed my guest and froze. He knows.
久しぶりだね、淡雪くん。
He knows his name. Could there be another reason why he's checking on her? Huh? It was surprised that they knew each other, but as I looked at them, neither provided any explanation.
僕、今日はコーヒーの気分だな。
She offered you tea, though.
すぐにご用意します。
Oh my goodness, he is right on it. I know he's a lord, and he's a lord of the second, but I think there's some history behind them. Because she asked him in for tea. He's like, I want coffee, and Aoyuki's like, got it. I stood there completely bewildered as Aoyuki awkwardly bowed his head. There's something going on.
こちらの封鎖にも多少の手落ちはあったけど、実際入り込んできたのは姫君とそのお友達くらいだからね。普通はいけるかななんて試さないよ。ねえ、姫君。
He's like, don't you agree? My apologies. Lord Dory's coffee remained untouched, continuing to get cold as he rehashed the events from yesterday. Since I thought it would only make Aoyuki worry, I hadn't mentioned that we were issued a warning by the Kurozuru. I never expected that it would be revealed to him in this way. Growl at her again. Aoyuki quietly stood behind the sofa where I was sitting, simply watching over me. I know, he's not going to dare speak up, probably.
しかも真面目に奔走していた僕に向かって、性格が悪いとか言ってきたし。
I know, right?
どういう教育してるのさ、東郷の家って。
Criticize my personality.
大変申し訳ございません。
Oh no, he's extremely sorry.
一応君が保護者代わりなんでしょ？まともに姫君の管理もできないなら、最初から首輪でもつけておいたら。
Dang, he's cracking down hard. You can't manage her, put a leash on her. Is it his job to manage her? Like, she's the head of the family. An irrepressible rage began to boil out of Aoyuki in response to Lord Yori's tactless remark. In the middle of the thick tension, Why are you here? I know, right? That's the answer, so we're gonna just stay quiet first. Affection up for Yori, huh? Maybe I shouldn't be choosing these then. Actually, I think I did this in Battlefield Waltz as well. In the commentary, we weren't doing any. I wasn't doing any different choices at all because I was going to read the choices as they came up for other characters. But we're just gonna go up first. That's actually what I'll stick to. I forgot I did it that way. Okay, we're just gonna stick to what is Aoyuki's choices. Why are you here? I pushed Lord Yori to hurry with his business, and he returned his gaze to me. It may have been my imagination, but the smile looked more sarcastic and mocking than before.
姫、
Aoyuki spoke worriedly, and I gave him a small nod to tell him I was alright. Sounds like Yori doesn't approve of Aoyuki. Maybe on a more personal note than anything else, and she's defending him. And Yori doesn't like it. Having to deal with Lord Yori and other nobles was my job.
まあ、今日は本当に様子を見に来ただけなんだ。姫君に怖い思いをさせたお詫びも兼ねて。ね。
Lord Yori smiled, watching me as if he knew I didn't believe him.
僕は最初から これっぽっちも君を傷つけるつもりはなかったんだよ。
Then why did you draw your sword? Aoyuki responded to my remark even before Lord Yori did. Whoops, that might have been too much for Aoyuki.
刀を抜きはしたけど、配慮もしてたよ。間違っても君が切れないように。
As he smirked, I remembered what happened. It was true. He wasn't pointing the sword directly at me. Oh, he had the blunt part of it to her. Considering the situation, no matter how I struggled, or even if Lord Yori's hand slipped. I suppose you were being careful to not hurt me.
わかってくれた？
Yes. I nodded. Is it possible that Lord Yori isn't such a terrible... No, he is still terrible. Was there any reason for him to pull his sword out and threaten me?
ところで、
Lord Yori's smile widened as he asked this question.
姫君はうちのツワブキと知り合いみたいだね。いつの間に仲良くなったの？
He's doing all kinds of research on you, isn't he? Good friends. I didn't remember that ever happening, so I wasn't sure how to answer. Oh, okay. I got two people confused. He's talking about Swabaki. My mind went to Tsuyukusa, and I'm like, how do you even know about him? Okay. I don't remember that ever happening, so I didn't know how to answer. I've seen Lord Swabaki a number of times in the assemblies. He's usually present as the family head. Spoken with him once, but that's all.
へえ。
Lord Yori's reply felt somewhat different from his flippant attitude a moment ago.
思ったより長居しすぎちゃったかな。僕はそろそろ帰らせてもらうよ。
He's like, bye. Lord Yori smiled and stood up. The coffee was left on the table untouched throughout his entire visit. Did he do that just to make, like, Aoyuki jump to his command and just get him something he wanted? That's a terrible... He's so terrible. After seeing Lord Yori off, awkward silence fell over the both of us. Aoyuki, I'm sorry. Aoyuki closed his eyes with a pensive look on his face, then began to speak quietly.
小さい頃から好奇心の塊で、お前にとって、この伊手張りって世界は狭すぎるんだって感じることもある。それでも、この街で生きていくなら、異端なものとして目をつけられるのはまずい。
You can't be too fascinated with, what, the outside world again? Okay. Aoyuki wasn't angry, just conveying his sincere feelings.
俺がいろいろと口うるさく言うから、面倒に思うこともあると思う。けど、
I understand, you're only saying these things for my sake, Aoyuki. I'm sorry, I'll be more careful from now on. Aoyuki looked somewhat relieved about my apology, but...
ヨリ様と知り合うことになったのは、姫のせいじゃないにしても、運が悪かった。
Unlucky. You must know a lot more about him.
面倒なことにならないといいんだが。
If you put it like that, I felt as though there would certainly be trouble in the future. I would soon discover that our fears were well founded. Oh no, who is he? 2 days later, after inspecting the Seraph Quarter, I went to visit Hinagiku. Huh? Tsuyukusa, are you alright? You don't look so well. Where's Yashiro? His face was clearly pale as he slowly strained to turn his head towards me.
Hinagiku. 聞いてよ。
Did they take
最
him?
悪、昨日、いきなり黒鶴がうちを訪ねてきてさ。
Okay.
ほら、姫様と一緒に出くわした人だよ。
Uh-oh. Lord Swabaki, or...
ヨリ様。
I see.
ヤシロは記憶喪失じゃん。今のとこ、身元不明の不審者って扱いになるわけ。そのヤシロが悪気はなくても黒鶴の封鎖してた道に入り込んじゃったわけで。
Oh no.
別に、いきなり罪に問おうってわけじゃないよ。ただ、誠意を見せてほしいんだよね。
He's really taking his job seriously.
はあ、袖の下はいらないよ。お金には困ってないし。君たちは伊手張りのために尽くす善良な民で、大樹王への範囲などないってことを行動で示してほしい。半月堂の露草くんは貴族にもつてがあるって聞いてるから、こんなの簡単すぎるかもしれないけどね。
断ればどうなるかわかんないじゃん。社のこともそうだし、俺もそれなりに探られると痛い腹があるし。
面倒かけて悪いな。
While he didn't seem particularly discouraged, I felt he honestly regretted what was happening. So, what did he mean by a show of good faith to prove your innocence?
手伝ってほしいことがあるらしいよ。まずは、
Yashiro shut his mouth before he finished. Yashiro? Didn't answer, his eyes pointed towards the door that led outside. Is someone watching? Just then the door opened and the person who came in was...
進捗は？
いや、そんなすぐわかるわけないじゃん。昨日の今日でわかるような話なら、わざわざうちに依頼しないでしょ。
あ、姫君もいたんだ。偶然だね。
What a coincidence. Probably not. Tsuyukusa was grumbling some complaints, but Lord Iori didn't hear or was simply ignoring him as he spoke to me. Good day, Lord Iori. I bowed my head and greeted him, after which he suddenly looked as if he had an idea.
姫君、これは秘密の話なんだけど、君のことが心配だから教えるよ。
He says it's a secret that he's worried about her, but this is probably just a calculated plan of his. What?
最近、この町ではおかしな事件が起きてるんだ。
Strange?
内々に処理せよってお達しだから、運悪く知った人間には、口止めもしてる。けど、僕の予想では、ことが解決するよりも、この件が町中の噂になる方が早い。
You mean you won't be able to hide it?
うん。なぜなら、
Lord Iori's eyes narrowed as if deep in thought about something.
問題の事件は今も起き続けてるから。被害者も目撃者も増える一方なんだよね。
Lord Iori's expression was all smiles, but I felt an unease grip at my heart.
そういえば、身元不明の八代くんを拾って黒鶴に届け出もしなかったのは姫君なんだって？
Oh my goodness, here we go.
ごめん。口を滑らせちゃって。
Yashiro smiled awkwardly, not knowing what to do, but it felt to me like I had no way out.
そういうの、善良なる伊手張りの民として、あまり模範的とは言えない行動だね。でも、まさか東郷の姫君がよからぬことを考えてるわけはない。そうでしょ？
I think he's being really nosy all of a sudden. Of course not. I already imagined that this was how Lord Yuri would respond if I answered this way. But I had no other choice.
じゃあ、君も僕たちに協力してよ。もちろん君の従者も連帯責任だから。
Lord Yuri smiled as he spoke, and I responded. I understood. That's absurd. What did he say? Just help, right? See, I'd like you to help me, and of course you're to also share responsibility. Okay. Understood. Oh, Yuki affection up. I made my decision and nodded. I'm curious about the incidents Lord Yuri mentioned too. I was bothered by the idea that I was essentially forced into helping. But if something was to happen in Itehari, I did want to do something to help resolve it.
いいね。素直な子は好きだよ。
Oh, do you now? Nice and obedient, huh? You're like speed and control. Lord Iori nodded in satisfaction at my reply.
いや、ちょっと待ってよ。ひなぎくを巻き込まないでくれない？あんたに求められて手を貸した彼女が、もし怪我でもしたらどうすんのさ。
Probably just take care of her.
ことと次第によっちゃ、責任問題になって、黒鶴の立場だって悪くなると思うけど。
Tsuyukusaくんって生意気だよね。よく言われない？もちろん姫君に危ない橋は渡らせないから、安心してほしいな。
I hope that's true. I wasn't sure why I felt this way myself, but I didn't feel much confidence in what Lori just said. He's not happy about it either. After returning home, I quickly reported to Awayuki the recent turn of events.
いや、祭司の頼様の命令なら、姫だって拒否できないだろう。
Awayuki held his head in his hands, but after regaining his composure, managed to express his frustration.
Yashiroはともかく、露草様も難儀だよな。一体何を頼まれたんだ？
Well, that night, I went with Awayuki to the entertainment district. This is what this place looks like. Although it was still within Itehari, I had never gone into this district before. The vermilion buildings were illuminated by countless lights, and women in vibrant clothing was coming and going between them.
早く済ませて帰るぞ。本当なら、姫はいつもの時間に寝かせてやりたかったんだが。
What did he ask? I'm so curious. As overprotective as ever, Awayuki's expression clearly said that he didn't want me to be here.
花町の様子を見てきてほしいんだよね。何かおかしなことが起きてないかだけ聞いてきてくれればいい。
Okay, that's simple enough, I guess. Huh?
あの場所は特殊だからね。僕たち黒鶴が直接行っても警戒されちゃって情報が集まらないんだ。
Is there anything we need to ask about specifically?
花町の人間は口が固い。下手に探りを入れられてると思えば何も言わなくなる。世間話としてうまく聞き出せるかは姫君次第。わかりやすくおのぼりさんしてきてよ。
花町は顔役がまとめてるから、黒鶴もここでは動きにくいんだろうが。だからって、未婚の姫に頼むような手伝いじゃないだろう。
An unmarried noblewoman, huh? Is it because is the entertainment district loose or something? Is it like the red light district? Since we're here, we might as well try, right?
ああ。
After letting him air his grievances, I urged Awayuki forward as we continued into the entertainment district. After that, we asked the residents about any recent events. There was talk about which okiya had the prettiest geisha, and how some restaurants had seasonal desserts, and how they were busy with preparations for the Lantern Festival. Okiya, what's that? In Itehari, okiyas are establishments that house and manage geishas. They send their geishas to dinner parties and banquets when requested. I'm pretty sure a geisha is like a kimono, a fancy kimono of sorts. At the very least, nothing that Lord Iori might have been asking for. Well, considering what we're asking, it's not as though we stumble upon some crucial hint so conveniently. I don't think we'll gain anything if we continue on like this. What should we go home for today? Awayuki?
いや、なんでもない。帰るか。
You saw something, I know it. Although it was his reply, his gaze didn't waver, still glaring into the entertainment district. Go look, I want to know. I was curious about what bothered him, but it didn't seem like he intended on telling me, so I decided to just let it go. Why not? Why? That night, we left the bustling entertainment district without having learned anything unusual. Who's that? Another person. With red letters. Yuri was green. Who's red? Hold on. I must know. Who's spying on them? Okay, that's Tobari. Tobari is red. That's the person in the next one, right? But all Yuki's is purple in this one. I think it's fine. Everyone else has been color-coded accordingly, so now I know. I have inside information. Once we returned home, Amayuki remarked in a low voice.
ヨリ様の手伝いを続けるのは危険かもしれない。だいたい、そもそもが貴族の姫にやらせるようなことじゃないんだし、なんとか拒否できないか。
We may be able to if we make a formal appeal to the Kurozuru or the Western Second. But disputes like this could affect our image, and Yashiro, who only happened to get caught up in all this, could even be sent to the abyss.
それは、そうなんだが。
Besides, if there is something happening in the city, I'd like to be able to do something about it. My attendant's brows were furrowed with worry, but he eventually nodded in agreement.
わかった。けど、危険を感じたらすぐに手を引こう。俺もできるだけ気を配るようにする。
But Yuki's expression was stiff. It was as if we both sensed the ominous atmosphere that had descended upon Itehari. Side... Oh, okay, switching. Or from his perspective. Okay, that confused me. Like, side. What did he find? After I asked for their help, it seemed like they had already gone to the entertainment district that same night. They apparently didn't get any information in particular, but that was to be expected. I could ask them to work with Tsuyukusa to gather information outside of the entertainment district as well.
多少の目くらましにはなるだろうし、最悪でも嫌がらせにはなるからね。
On top of that, there was nothing I stood to lose whatever happened. As I was sitting there in my thoughts, I heard an annoying voice.
なんで未だに結婚しないのかな、キ君は。モテないわけないじゃん。
Who's this?
はあ。
Oh, who are you? I looked at... Wait. What? He was... Okay, Yori was talking. Swabiki just happened to come with him, I guess. I looked up to see General Karachichi laying into my brother over some inane nonsense. Oh, they're brothers. My goodness.
家柄も問題ないし、着手なんだからむしろ結婚は急がれるし。どうしたの？過去に婚約者が不幸にでも？
So, I didn't... Whenever Yori introduced himself as the Western Second, not heir, but a noble, I forgot that he was the Western Second too. I just remember he was the second of something. I don't remember what, cardinal direction he was from, but I guess anyone who saw Yori could have, at first, probably could have put it together, but it's just now dawned on me.
そういう事情は全くありません。ただ、結婚は考えていないだけです。
You're not married, then why aren't you a character?
考えた方がいいよ。性格とか趣味とか人格とか性癖とか問題があるんだろうって陰口叩かれるし。
Your sexuality. What about Yori? Someone already thinks there's something wrong with his personality.
これ、小生の経験談ね。
Experience, huh?
はあ、ご助言ありがとうございます。
Thank you for your advice.
兄弟が揃って独身主義だなんて、妻児のお方も頭が痛いんじゃない？
Your Karachichi quickly glanced at me. I thought to ignore him, but it would just make things more troublesome, so I gave up and responded.
父はずっと寝込んでますから、頭を悩ませるも何もないと思いますよ。
より。
あ、ごめんね、小生ってば。よりの傷なんて絶対つかなさそうな鋼の心を傷つけた？
あと、僕は別に独身主義じゃないです。いい子がいれば考えますよ。最近気になることも知り合ったので、前向きに考えてみようかなって。
Oh, really? He says it's in the common room? Oh my goodness. Well, but he's like, ew. He's gonna get close to her. Side the heroine. Doesn't even say her name. I guess you could change your name, so that makes sense. A few days later, why is this not over yet? It's like 10 minutes after 1 hour. As I was about to leave the house, Aoyuki rushed after me.
姫、出かけるなら俺も。
He's like, you're not going anywhere. I'm alright. I won't be going to the entertainment district today. And you still have work, right, Aoyuki?
それは。
I mean, he's really worried about you. Just let him go. Given the circumstances, I sensed that his overprotectiveness had only intensified in the past few days. I really am fine. I'll be home before dark, okay? That's a long time to be gone. Although Aoyuki still looked worried, I reassured him that I would be safe as I left the estate. After meeting Yashiro at Hinagiku, we continued asking people for information around the city.
最近おかしな噂を聞いていないかな。どこかの様子が違うとか。
You just come right out and asking people that.
見慣れない人が出入りしていたとか、気になることがあるとか。
ぼやが続いてるけど、それくらいかな。
We didn't know what information Lord Yori was looking for in the first place, so it was like grasping at straws. I had even begun to wonder if he just enjoyed watching us struggle. I think that's it. Like, he said I'll keep you busy, so... Say Yashiro, since we're close, is it okay if we visit my surf quarter?
もちろん。姫様の領区はどのあたり？
My surf quarter? Is that what she said? Okay. The 9th division.
よっしゃい、この仕事が終わったら花町でも行くか。大丈夫かよ、通いすぎじゃないか。
I forgot what surf was. I'm sure I can go look it up in the glossary, but...
おうよ、食費を切り詰めてる。
The streets of the 9th division were filled with the sounds of liveliness and laughter.
おひいさま。
Hello. All of the people here beamed bright smiles at me as they noticed my presence. There's something I wanted to ask you all. Do you have a moment? Is there anything that's changed in our community lately? Anyone new moving in?
おう、そういえば、黒鶴があれこれ聞いて回ってるみたいですよ。何があったか聞いても、こっちのことは相手にしてくれないんですが。
I see. Those Kurozuru soldiers might have been trying to find the same information that we were.
以前この辺りに来てくれた機関兵さんはとても親切だったんですけどね。
Was it Swapiki?
配置換えがあったのか、最近めっきりお見かけしなくなって残念です。
黒鶴にも親切な人がいるんだね。
After Yashiro mumbled his remark,
誰か来てくれ、火が。
a scream cut through the bustling crowd. I found myself speechless as I looked in the direction of the commotion. In the middle of the otherwise everyday ordinary street was a man on fire. Oh my goodness, a man. Jeez. Dang it. Is that how it ends? Oh my goodness. Aoyuki Chapter 1. Heaven and Earth Shaken. Okay, I gotta go to this because I can't deal with them screaming while I talk. He said a fire. I thought a building was going to be on fire, but there's a man on fire. Wow. What just happened? That gave me goosebumps. Also, it could be because I have the fan on too. So the fan combined with the suspense, it just gave me goosebumps. I'm liking this game a lot. I really am. There's not a whole lot of political stuff that the review was talking about, so I'm okay with it. I mean, and if they don't elaborate, like Battlefield Waltz, I swear, like she goes to talk to, what's her name, Queen Kiora, and she just talks for like 15-20 minutes straight. I'm just like, we're still here talking to her. It just doesn't end. Anyway, I like all the characters so far. I think I almost said Swabiki. They both start with a T. Tsuyukusa. I think I like him the least so far, but that's because he's just got the he's got a very, he comes off as don't talk to me person, always bothered by everything, except for when it comes to her. And he seems a little protective over her, doesn't want her going out with Yashiro and stuff like that. And I like Awayuki's personality. He's very protective of her too. And he knows some things that we're probably going to find out here pretty quickly since it's his route now. Speaking of his route, I was looking at how many chapters there were, and there's 8. There's 8 chapters. That's a lot of chapters. And I thought, okay, it might be including chapter 1 and 2 of Common Route. No, it's starting off chapter 1 through 8 of Awayuki. And there's the endings after that, which I do in separate videos. So Awayuki's ending unlocks Yori's route, and it unlocks Awayuki's short story as well. The short story I'll include in the endings as well because I don't know how long it'll be. It won't be an hour, so it'll just be included as well. There's the best ending, there is a bad ending, and there's a 1, 2, 3 game overs. Oh my goodness. There's 3 what does game over even mean? There's 3 game overs. Anyway, that's so far ahead. And there's the best end. Wait, best ending. Okay. Save file 3, bad end. Save file 1, game over. Save file 2, game over. Save file 4, game over. Progress completion. Another game over. I don't even know what's going on here, but I don't know what the completion is. The completion is probably getting all of his lines, which I don't worry about too much. But I might check it out once I get there. But like I said, that's a long ways away. That's 8 episodes away, 9 episodes away, if you count the endings. So, like, a long ways. It's going to be a long time. I don't release videos very quickly. I mean, you guys can check out my channel and see, like, how often. But I'm not on a set schedule at all. And I have slowed down quite a bit since the school year started because school year is just super busy all the time. And my sleep schedule's all messed up because I have to wake up every day at 6:30 now. It wasn't like that last year. My daughter is in virtual school now too. So she goes to band in the morning and I have to pick her up. But if she didn't go to virtual school, then I could keep my schedule and I used to post at 3 a.m., go to bed, and then that was my schedule. But now it's anything past midnight, which it's almost 1 o'clock right now. I'm just dead. Can't do anything after 1, after 12 usually. Anyway, if you guys did enjoy, drop a like down below and or subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.